Good morning, everyone. Andrew Eaton here. I hope you're well. I'm here with my two good friends, business partners, Bruce Hughes, Brendan Jones. I'm coming to you live from the sleepy little hollow of Salt Rock, South Africa. Let me just do a couple of things here so I can see what's going on here, and so I can see who's coming in. So if you're watching this live, please tell us where you're coming in from, where you're dialing in from. Tell us what your name is, and if you're live, say live. And if you are watching the replay, please put replay. And obviously, if you're getting value from this, guys, please send us loves. Facebook loves, and we love loves. It shows that we're adding value. And obviously, if you feel that there are other people that need to see what we're going to discuss here this morning, then the best thing for you to do is to tag them in this post, in this video. They'll be able to watch it. You can also share it. You can press the share button. And as you guys all know, Facebook now, hi there, Ian, good to see you on here. And as you know, Facebook also has something called a watch party. Hi there, Dian, and you can watch party this ongoing if you think this makes sense can make sense to a lot of people. So, the title of this really is job losses, sinking economy, small businesses going under. How do I hedge myself? And the reason I decided to shoot this video, to shoot this live this morning, and to bring on two of my business partners, Bruce and Brendan, was because of a post that I read from a friend of mine who's from America, very, very successful guy, has made a lot of money in the online business space, a lot. We're talking millions of dollars. And he did a post this morning, and I thought it was so pertinent to where we find ourselves now. And I want to read you that post, but I want you to dissect it a little bit with Bruce and Brendan and explain to everyone what it means for us and what you can do. So give me a second while I read it. You guys can all see it on the screen here. I said to quote my friend Clifton Tyler Braun, and Cliff, thank you so much for posting this. I mean, it just hit a chord with me this morning. He wrote, Victoria's Secret declared bankruptcy. Zara is closing 1,200 stores. Chanel, Hermes, and Rolex have stopped production. Nike is getting ready for stage 2 layoffs. Airbnb founder says that due to the pandemic, 12 years of effort were destroyed in 6 weeks. And Starbucks announced the permanent closure of 400 stores. And the list continues. This is just from the last 5 months. Thank God for home-based business opportunities. The same thing everyone normally makes fun of is that same thing people are turning to now to survive. Every day, I think about all the people out of work, losing their jobs and soon their homes. If you're not in a home-based online biz, you should probably find one fast. And I read that this morning, Bruce, Brendan, and I thought to myself, I need to share that. I need to post that, and we need to actually discuss this. Because the fact of the matter is that, I've been involved in the home-based business industry since 2011. And as you know, I got in because of desperation. I was not in a good place. I wanted to work from home. I wanted to have digital products. And I wanted to change my life because I had 2 special needs children that dearly needed their parents to offer them and give them time and money, something which Paul and I didn't have. We were both employed. We were both barely making ends meet. And this is just after the last recession of 2008, which caused my traditional business to go down. So I can really relate to a lot what's going on here. And so out of desperation, I got involved with the home-based business industry in 2011. I got involved with network marketing. That very thing that Cliff over there says, he says it in there that people used to laugh and make fun of. And I get it. It's got a bad rap because of a lot of people who present it badly, but it's becoming a real lifesaver. It's becoming that thing that people need to turn to right now as an option to get themselves not only through what we're experiencing. And guys, Cliff puts it so. I'm gonna hand over to you now, Bruce, to sort of elaborate on this. But Cliff says this is still the tip of the iceberg, and I think you need to have your head in the sand if you didn't see that this is still the tip of the iceberg. The worst is still to come, and home-based businesses really, really now are becoming that vehicle that people can use to survive through these times. And if they really do it well, Bruce, Brendan, also thrive. But I wanted you, I'm really, I've spent 9 years, 10 years almost in this industry. I would like to think of myself as an expert. I've been extremely successful. It has changed my life. I work from home. I worked from home through the lockdown, while my house was under construction, with the desk literally at the end of my bed. And I ran a business that runs in 20 countries. from the foot of my bed, literally in my pajamas during lockdown. I'd like to think I know what I'm talking about in home-based businesses. But what I love about being in partnership with you and Brendan is the expertise that you guys also bring in. And Bruce, you just explained things so well in terms of where we're finding ourselves. You understand gold, you understand the markets coming from a trading background as well. Can you just elaborate a little bit when you read this post, what it meant for you?
Yeah, and the timing of the post is fantastic, and I say it because earlier today on LinkedIn, I actually shared a post of one of the big influencers who partnered up on the Amazon affiliates program and is trying to teach people how to run business from home, because it is so front and center right now that people are being restructured out of their companies as companies are starting to restructure in response to this recession. Re is probably the front of a lot of words at the moment. And so this post that you've shared is very front and center for a lot of people. Guys are looking at a lot of options, and this is the tip of the iceberg. I think what coronavirus did is it fast-tracked the recession that had to come. I mean, it's a recession every super economist has been predicting for the last 3 years off the back of 2008, 2009, 2010. They were saying it's cyclical, but I don't think we've ever been set up for more of a reset in our global economy than right now. And the reason they cite, and guys, I'm not a super economist, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not giving financial advice here at all. But the reason why the super economists have been saying it's coming and it's going to be massive is because our debt save cycle that governments had put into place is completely out of balance. It's completely out of control. Right now, there is more money being printed through government printing machines. It's called quantitative easing. If you and I had a printing machine, guys, if we had a printing machine and we were printing money, we'd be going to jail. That's called counterfeiting. Right now, governments are printing more money than ever before in history in order to try and prop up this failing economy. Right now, countries are borrowing money from each other at a higher borrowing rate than at any other time in history. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, is lending money at a higher rate than ever as well. Now, the problem with all of this lending and printing is that it's impossible to pay it back. It's impossible to pay back at the rate at which it's been lent and at the rate at which it's being printed. It's why from 1970 onwards, the moment the US dollar decoupled itself off gold, that we saw the wealthy starting to shift their monies into precious metals like gold and other precious metals as we've been going. Guys, this is here, and it's being highlighted, fast-tracked, exposed during Corona, but it's here because it was always destined to arrive. And unfortunately, we're the ones on the receiving end of it. We can pretend that the government's going to come up with a solution, but the government's solution has been for the last 2 decades, print more money or borrow more money from other governments that are printing money. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Those are the only 2 solutions that have been presented. Quantitative easing was meant to be a temporary solution for the US government at a very unique time in their history. It's now the normal globally. And you and I feel it every year. We've been feeling it. It's why milk costs more this year than last year. It's why school fees cost more this year than last year. It's why putting petrol in your car costs more this year than last year. Quantitative easing results in inflation. And in some countries, hyperinflation. We saw Zimbabwe go through it. We then saw Venezuela go through it. And all first world and developing countries kind of went, that happens to those sorts of countries. No, guys, it's happening to more and more countries. It's happening right now. Please go and look at what's happening in Lebanon. Please go and look at what's happening in the Middle East, traditionally fairly well-off countries. And you can pretend it's poor governance, but every government is governing poorly at the moment because the foundation that they've been given is one of print and borrow, print and right now, very honestly, is we're following the super economists, the wealthy. We're redirecting funds into precious metals, and we're putting funds into the fastest growing market, which is cryptocurrencies. That's where the wealth transfer is happening. People have looked at the indicators, they've looked at the numbers, and they're going, we need to move whatever we've got into markets that are protected against this reset. Precious metals, cryptocurrencies. I get excited about this time in history because we've got a solution for it. There are options that people can grab hold of. So, to the guys who are listening to this, and I mean, Brendan, you're saying a bunch of things as well. You're at the coalface with a lot of professionals. Guys, Brendan is, he's someone that I listen to and respect a lot because of how much reach he has through LinkedIn. And he's not the kind of person who has 170,000 followers on LinkedIn. Brendan's a bit of a best-kept secret in that he continuously connects with bigger and bigger influencers. And so his reach in the LinkedIn space is massive. And he's at the coalface of a lot of conversations at the moment. And not just on employment and job and restructuring in companies, which we chat about often, but Bren has niched himself into the cryptocurrency market as well. Now, Brendan's going to share. Bren, if you could share with the guys, I mean, we were chatting about some of the restructuring that we're seeing, the numbers, the unemployment rate that's growing. We really are at the tip of the iceberg when it comes to unemployment growing, companies restructuring. And we're certainly at the tip of the iceberg when it comes to cryptocurrency adoption as well. So I'd love for you to share with the guys what we've been chatting about.
Yeah, I mean, Bruce, it's a sorry state of affairs, really. I think the last stats that I looked at that the sort of government had confirmed, and it could be a lot worse, it was already 3 million jobs lost in South Africa since the start of lockdown. And that represents almost 25% of the active working force that are working. And they're saying probably round about where we are now in August, it's a third. We had 33, 34%. So that's 1 in 3 people that had a job, before the start of lockdown no longer has a job. And they're saying close to almost 45% of people that were working have had a salary cut or have been sent home on paid leave. I mean, that's 1 in 2 people, 50%. I mean, and South Africa is not immune. I mean, this has happened in America, UK, Europe, all around the world, as you mentioned. So, and as Andrew said so brilliantly in the beginning, and what that post says, it's time for people to embrace home-based businesses. And though gold has always been a long-term safe haven, there's also a fantastic opportunity right now to get into the new money and new age, which is cryptocurrency. And, cryptocurrency, the world is evolving towards cryptocurrency. I mean, after the massive value growth of cryptos throughout 2017, the rise of Bitcoin, and the subsequent bursting of Bitcoin's bubble in about early 2018, the market seesawed. It seesawed from 2018 up until the beginning of this year in 2020. And just when it seemed another growth spike was taking off, obviously COVID-19 and the pandemic's stock market crash sent it tumbling again. But recent developments now indicate major shifts, maybe going ahead in the cryptocurrency market with the importance of stablecoins and the stablecoin market growing. So, I mean, the likes of big payment providers like MasterCard, PayPal, the biggest stock exchanges in the world are all evolving and embracing crypto and investigating crypto platforms right now. And stability has increased as a factor of importance in the cryptocurrency market. So there is a drift right now. There's a drift towards stability in the cryptocurrency market, and that has come through stablecoins. So unlike normal cryptocurrencies, which are very volatile, like Bitcoin is very volatile, it's just driven through supply and demand. Stablecoins are bound, or typically bound to a fiat currency, for an example. And one of the biggest stablecoins is a coin called Tether, which is bound to $1. And a lot of people are saying, hey, we don't really want to bound stablecoins, to a normal fiat currency. Let's bind it to a commodity. And there's opportunities and there's a rise, and you could even research and check this on gold stablecoins, gold-based stablecoins that are 100% linked to physical gold bullion. Because I mean, Bruce, as you said, gold is a long-term safe haven. Everyone could know and probably can research now that gold's broken record highs now. It shot over $2,000 an ounce. So if we can embrace the future age of cryptocurrency, the stability of having cryptocurrency coins 100% linked to a commodity such as gold, which is rising in value, that's even better than fiat currencies. And it avoids the sort of liquidity issues with gold. Gold is not very liquid. Your own physical gold, it's not easy to move it and sell it. But if you have cryptocurrencies, that's super liquid, and you just base it and back it by gold. So crypto is no longer speculative. Volumes are increasing daily, and the cryptocurrency market is a $350 billion market. It's grown $50 billion just in the last 3 weeks, and it's on its way towards $1 trillion market in the next 12 months. And getting into stable coins and being a custodian, a Genesis coin owner, which obviously we could share, and you guys could allude to, is a fantastic opportunity, probably the best I've known in the last 10 years in cryptocurrency, opportunity for people to get into stable coins to earn those fees for life. It's very, very exciting, which is going to be over the next 6 months, Bruce.
And I love that wrap up. I love what you pointed out there on the USD Tether, a stablecoin linked to a fiat. We were sharing some stats with some friends in the States yesterday, and they were sending numbers through. They were sending, over the last 3 weeks, the US dollar went from, when they compared it to the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, it went from $1 to $1.01 to $1.09 to $1.11, okay, is needed to buy you the same thing that it was buying you 3 weeks ago. So there's been an 11 cents, which against the dollar, 11% just disappeared, the value of the dollar in 3 weeks, gone, poof. That's happening around the euro, the pound. It's happening to everybody at the moment because governments are opting. So I love the fact that you're talking about, hey, cryptocurrencies are evolving, they're maturing, they're stabilizing, because more companies, more projects are moving towards, let's have this big new burgeoning market coupled with the oldest markets, precious metals. And that's a massive redeeming decision that's been made, and it hasn't been made by government. It's so important for people watching this to understand that government is just made up of people that we've elected into power, just like you and I. They can start out as a street sweeper today, go on a political career, and end up as a president of a country. That's fantastic. They're a person. And so governments are just people making decisions. We're seeing the middle band of people making the decisions and driving solutions at the moment. And governments are having to play catch up on that. That's what's exciting me, is that the middle group, the innovators, the pioneers, are the guys who are bringing in stable solutions, are bringing in reset solutions, are bringing in stability at a time when governments are going, we actually don't do. So love what you're saying there about the stable coin. And I'm personally very, very excited that we get to share this. We get to say, guys, let's on a journey of discovering this stuff together. And that's really where Andrew has pulled us all together. Andrew, you approached Brendan and I, me almost 4 and a bit years ago. Brendan, you've known since school days. We've all been in business now for the last few years. But Andrew, it was your vision around, let's go find companies that have identified this problem and are creating future-proofing system projects and products for guys to grab hold of in a home-based, phone-based situation. So, Andrew, what are you seeing, and what can we direct guys towards? I mean, that's the stuff that we're passionate about.
Yeah. So, Bruce, I mean, it's a good point that you make there. Like as I said, I started my journey in the network marketing space, in the home-based business space in 2011. And it's been a journey of learning, of self-discovery. It's been a journey of improving myself. But the reason I got in is because I just really wanted 2 things that I think most people want: time and money. That's what I wanted. Now we all have different things we want to do with our time and our money. But essentially, if you look at what most people want in life, it's either time or money or both. And that's what I wanted. For me, it was because I wanted to give my kids what they deserved. Like, I'm sure there are many parents watching this saying, I want to give my kids whatever they deserve. I was worried, I was concerned, because even though I had a full-time job and my wife had a full-time job, we were never going to be able to give them the time or the money that they deserve from us if we continued on that path. And so I made the decision that the home-based, back in 2011, that the home-based network marketing industry was going to be my home. That's what the vehicle that I was going to use. And I looked initially, Bruce, for a company or businesses that would enable me to earn dollars or euros. Now, why I wanted that is because I was one of those people that was hit hard by the 2008 recession, depression. The subprime mortgage disaster that happened in America affected everyone around the world, and in South Africa, an emerging economy, we felt that. And it wasn't an American problem. It was a global problem that started in America. But I wanted never to earn rands again. And so that was my main thing. And I found a business that enabled me to earn dollars and euros. And along that journey, Bruce, and this is where we get to answering your question, along that journey, as I started to make more dollars than I needed to survive on in South Africa, the next thing that was really starting to worry me, and Brendan, you'll understand this as well, because I've discussed this, is that, well, what happens if something happens to the euro and the dollar again? What happens if we have another recession? What happens if we have another depression? Robert Kiyosaki, I'm an avid follower of Robert Kiyosaki, and I see Bruce has dropped off, he's having internet problems, but Brendan, what happens if Robert Kiyosaki says, he was saying every 8 to 12 years there's a recession, depression, it's just a cycle. And I was going, well, we're bound for another one. I don't want to be in that position again where the dollar tanks and I'm earning dollars. And so, the issue that I then had was, how do I diversify my euros, my dollars into safe havens? And in that journey, Brendan, I discovered ways to diversify into crypto and into gold, and combine it with a home-based business opportunity. And so that's sort of where we find ourselves right now. And that's why, Brendan, that message that you can still see my screen here that I'm sharing, that post that Cliff Braun made this morning, or last night, that I shared this morning, made so much sense to me. I wanted to share it because the time of laughing at network marketing is over. People who laugh at it now need to go and take a deep breath, swallow their pride, and at least investigate it. Because one thing I do know right now, Brendan, is that the world is changing. The global economies are changing. The way we used to make money is changing. The way forward with governments and how tax is going to work. I mean, it's different solutions. There are changes happening, and that affects everyone who has a job. That affects everyone who has a traditional home-based business. A traditional business. And there are ways to make money online now, and there are ways to diversify your wealth, your income, your money out of fiat currency. The one that Bruce was saying, that you and Bruce spoke about, that is devaluing all the time, and with the quantitative easing, which will cause inflation, which is going to cause more job losses, which is going to cause more businesses to go under. There are ways to future-proof yourself against that by having a home-based business, and then particularly what we do, combining that home-based business in the crypto and the gold space. I mean, it just makes sense. And so, here's what I want to say to everyone who's watching this. If you're watching this and someone has shared this with you, or you've been tagged in here, by whoever's sharing this with you, whoever's tagged you in this, there obviously are people who are business partners of ours, Brendan. And I would, tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Central African time or Central European time, same thing, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, we're going to be doing a quick 40-minute information session on what we're doing. Now, one thing I want to say is we're not financial advisors. Brendan, I don't want to be a financial advisor. Okay. I think it's a tough space to be playing in right now. I don't want to be a financial advisor. I don't want to be giving advice. But I do think it's nice for us to share what we're doing. And people can decide whether they want to do what we're doing or whether they don't. And so tomorrow at 9 o'clock, we're going to be just showing people what we're doing. We're not giving advice. We're just showing you what we're doing. So if you'd like to have a look at that, what I'm going to suggest you do is get to the person who shared this with you, who tagged you in here. Ask them for that link to that information session. It's 40 minutes on a Saturday morning. Here's what I'm grateful for, Brendan. I'm grateful that I took the time 9 years ago in 2011, almost a decade now, to investigate. I was broke, Brendan. I was desperate. I was desperate for change. I cannot emphasize that more. I looked at my little bundle of joy, my little girl, Brendan, who was running around the house, oblivious to the fact that she had autism, oblivious to the challenges she was going to have. And as a father, it killed me that I didn't have solutions. And I made a decision that in 2011, I was going to think out the box and do things differently. And yes, it hasn't been a smooth road. And yes, we've made mistakes. And yes, it's not a tarred highway. But you know what? I made a change. I made the decision. And in 2020, my wife and I are those parents who wanted to be to our children. They have full-time parents working from home. We have diversified our risk out of fiat. We still make fiat. We still earn euros. We still earn dollars. But we've got crypto. Thanks to what we understand in the crypto world. We've got gold. We buy gold every single Friday. We buy a little bit of gold. In fact, today I'll be buying a little bit of gold again. We're doing the stuff. We're sharing what and we want, Brendan. I know you want. You're the same. You're a home-based business to business dad now. You know, Jade, your wife, she's probably sitting at home there somewhere doing something. You work from home. You got a little boy. He's got full-time parents. That must make you feel immensely satisfied. Immensely.
Yeah, Andrew. I mean, absolutely. It's been life-changing, really. And you know, when we found this opportunity just almost a year and a half ago, sort of where we can protect our money. It's you really now in 2020. Had I only just heard about it yesterday, you know, for people, I implore people just to listen. It's free to listen to for a 40-minute information presentation, which we'll be presenting tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And we're going to basically show you all the multiple income streams that you could earn, including in the gold and the crypto space, the two areas that are booming right now. I mean, if you look at cryptocurrency market, if you look at gold, both are booming, and we've got all of that under one roof. There is no better time, specifically now, and I speak to so many professionals on LinkedIn that are saying, yeah, I'm open to anything. I'm open to trying to do something from home. Because now people, as Andrew, as you said, it's no longer a ridiculous notion to earn from home and online and embrace the digital economy age. We do everything from else home. We've got home internet, fiber, Netflix, home gyms, and home education. We've been teaching kids from home. And now we've got home-based businesses where you could, as Andrew, you said, we still earn euro, we still earn fiat, and we earn euro while living in South Africa. You know, the solution isn't to immigrate overseas. You can still earn a global currency while living here or wherever you are around the world listening to this video. And you could protect your money into gold and create wealth into crypto, all under one roof. It's that awesome. And, you know, people just need to set aside 40 minutes. You know, that's the length of a normal TV series on Netflix. Set aside 40 minutes on a Saturday and come listen to what we have to share. You know, it's our opinion. We're not a financial advisors, but we're going to explain to people that's worked for us and thousands of other people that have embraced what we've got over the last year.
Absolutely. So thanks for that, Brendan. And I totally agree with you. So as you know, just to finish off here, you know, it's changed Brendan's life. It's changed my life. And we're very grateful. And I'm grateful that I took the time in 2011 to just think a bit differently. And I think the time is right now. So if you, as I said, if you're watching this and you were tagged or you someone's watch partying and you're watching this on someone's watch party, please ask them to share that link with you for tomorrow. If you're watching the replay and you've missed tomorrow, we're now sitting on Friday, the 7th of August. If you watch us on a replay and it's Sunday, the 9th of August, and you missed, still get back to the person who you're watching this through. And they can send you some recordings or another live presentation link. But just investigate. It costs nothing to investigate. If you got value from this, please send us some loves. Obviously, you know, we love loves. You want to like to see that we've added value for the morning. And if you feel that you do have friends or colleagues or family that need to just see this, please feel free to keep watch partying this during the course of today. Whenever you want to, please share or keep tagging people in here. And hopefully they've listened to our message. But like I said, you know, the time has come, guys, where it's no longer a laughing matter when you look at home-based business opportunities. It's now almost become, in my opinion, certainly in Brendan's opinion, almost essential to be doing that as the global economy changes. So, Brendan, I want to thank you for your time. I know Bruce's internet dropped. He sent me a WhatsApp here saying his internet had dropped completely. Thank heavens he managed to say a few things. And to all of you who've taken 30 minutes to spend some time with us this morning, thank you so much as well. And we look forward to seeing as many people who are watching this as possible on our little information session tomorrow. Brendan, have a great Saturday. Have a great Friday. We'll chat later. And to the rest of you, cheers.